feel me? So basically, really get into your dream space and start understanding your dream space, because the monsters are going to keep coming to you. Yeah, so I thought that one was interesting. You got anything on that, Will, before I go to another one?
Now I did hear you say talking about H.P. Lovecraft as far as the monsters are concerned, um, or so-called monsters anyway, because that's what we're taught here. Okay, spirit could turn into whatever the fuck they want to turn into. Okay, it's on us to have, a higher understanding that I don't care how vicious or ugly or gruesome some being looks, it's still love. Okay, give an example. Lovecraft Country. Okay, and that monster, right? That monster walked on side that little girl because he represented love. Yeah, he'll fuck you up. He was the protection of that little girl. He was the protection for Tick and so forth and so on, but he was love. So this is what we got to understand when I start talking about first eye meditation and traveling these realms in your mind. Get out of this whole fear thing, like these beings are gonna do this, like, because so many of us get caught up in the definition of these deities, and you connect with some of these deities, man. Listen, you gotta understand something. A lot of times, man, in his ignorance, created the definitions for these deities. Okay, so people have this thing where Kali Ma, well, she'll chop your head off. She a gangster bitch, and she'll do this shit. Man, Kali Ma, the sweetest motherfucker you could be around. Because you got to understand, we look at shit from the human mind on some shoot 'em up, bang bang shit. Okay, we're not looking at shit from the God mind. Okay, all right. She could wink her motherfucking eye and the whole house can blow up. Okay, all right, and can walk off like ain't nothing going on. All right, you talk to fucking Bruce Lee. Okay, you watch videos of him or some of them homegirl on Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange. They're peaceful. Okay, but at the same time they can, kick your ass, but that's in love. You got to understand that. Okay, so I'm saying that to say this real quick. So me and a homegirl of mine, we did some shrooms. Okay, and of course I didn't see nothing. I saw a horse. Once I forced spirit to show me something, because there was like, nigga, you have seen damn near, you have seen enough already. Okay, so so I was already somewhere, spiritually. But my people, she saw some monster looking things playing cards, man. They were playing spades. I cried my ass off. You talking about funny, because she was terrified. Okay, but these beings, okay, were connected to her higher self. All right, and they weren't no monsters. Matter of fact, they asked her, come over here and play cards with us. She refuses, okay, because of what we are taught here in horror movies and all of this. All right, so Lovecraft, he was on to something, with the whole monster thing, and understanding that, this shit is not about fear. Okay, don't let this realm poison your mind on what love looks like or what fear looks like. Okay.
Yeah, and look at this, Will. I was just reading this earlier today about Kali, and it's funny you said that. It says, because I'm reading this out of the outside the circles of time, and it says the product of fermentation was a certain kala or honey, which manifests as the perfect aeon or perfect ion of time, Kali, at the acme of the lunar cycle, at which time she secretes sweetness. This is the full moon, the honeymoon, and it was exalted in the mysteries by the celebration of sexual rights and orgia, which engendered the fluids of immortality that constitute the elixir vita. So that's basically eating the chick out, nigga. So Kylie got that sweet nectar, nigga. So y'all need to get into y'all. I
Hey,
need to
look,
get into y'all.
hey, look, Dre. I'm trying. I was trying to keep it PG on here, you know, but I, me and old Kylie, I was like, come here, girl, come here. Yeah, it went down. Believe that.
Yeah. So yeah, all these and just again, here we go again, just the polarity thing, right? Like and alike are the same. So when you see the monsters, you got to understand that there's something inside of you that's running from the fear base, right? If you have if you're vibrating from a space of courage, of strength, of the hero, Heru, right, and getting into that space of God, then you understand that uh that's the you got to run towards it. You feel me? Even the Set in Horus thing, they're just twins family. They're just giving you the story of the work, which is about a battle in the humanity, right, and your urges, and you getting on top of that and doing the work. So yeah, let's get to another dream, man. Let's see. Hey, look, y'all send me these dreams, man. Whenever I make these posts about dreams, send them dreams because shit, we're gonna do this more often for real. Here's a good one, Will. This one's pretty good. My favorite is when I first started getting into deeper states of meditation. And one night I had a dream that a monk in typical orange robes was levitating in my living room in lotus pose. He was looking at me with a blissful smirk and bloodshot stoner eyes. He proceeded to peel back his skin piece by piece until he completely vanished. No muscle tissues, no blood, nothing but emptiness was beyond his layer of skin. The message was clear at that point. Yeah, that's good. What you think about that, Will?
That was a life. That was a past life.
Yeah, that's
That's what
fire.
I just heard. Yeah. That was a past. Whoever that was, whoever gave you that, yeah, that was a past life.
Yeah.
That was a past life, man. Listen, that's the beauty of going into, first eye meditation or visual meditation is the fact that you can go see all of these lives. Like you could actually stand in front your old self. Give you an example. So around the end of 2020, I went hard on the Chinese energy, um, Japanese, all of this type of stuff. You know, so when I went hard in that particular mythology, I really started to understand higher levels of peace. Okay, and it's just not the fourth dimension. We're on our way to the five, which is the supreme, which is Oshun, or where Thor and the little girl ended up at the end of the movie by her being love, they were in the five. This is why most of these movies that even come out is based around Oshun. Old girl on Doctor Strange, he had on yellow when he went to go see her. There's a movie called Songbird, okay, where they had a disease called COVID-23. 2 and 3 is 5. And the only way you can be cleared of this disease is if you had a yellow bracelet on. Okay. You had the movie Bumblebee. Okay. That whole movie was based upon Oshun, the return of Oshun, the return of that loving energy, that supreme energy, the child energy. You understand? So, so that when I went into that time at the end of 2020, all I kept seeing was myself, man, in different palaces and all type of shit, in Tibet, in different places around China, man. Shit was crazy.
Mm.
Shit was crazy, man.
Yeah, yeah. And that's another thing, family. You can't get into these Akashic records and see your past lives and then see who you were in the past. You feel me? Some of y'all been here thousands of times. You feel me? So when we really start to understand that this thing we call this time space continuum that we're in is uh is a big illusion put on our ass, right? We start to understand that really the real game is getting into the space time, right? So you can be outside of this circle of time and really getting into a space of seeing like, damn, I'm just coming back down here for adventures. I'm just coming back down here to kick it. I'm just coming back down here to figure out why is it National Ice Cream Day? I'm just
and,
I'm coming
and
back
look,
down.
I'm gonna throw this at you.
Uh-huh.
And the real secret is when we realize we were never alive in the first place,
Facts.
you know, and we leave this physical body in this reality, we'll find out that we still exist here, but in other ways.
And I be
Okay.
telling people to get into that lucid dreaming. Niggas are not trying to fuck with it. I just made a Patreon post on the lucid dreaming. You gotta tap into that thing heavy because man, if you get into your space of really walking and being conscious, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? You're gonna feel completely different. This shit is something completely strange right where we're at in this third dimension. When you get to the fourth dimension and higher dimensions, nigga, you're gonna be like, hold on, nigga. I'm feeling kind of weird, but I like it. You feel me? Because that's where you truly reside at. Yeah, go ahead, Will.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy that you mentioned that. Um, you know, we once we get to that particular place, you mentioned about the lucid.
Mm-hmm.
See the beauty of doing that visual meditation, man, and you know, getting becoming accustomed to doing it.
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes a day, 15 minutes. If you once you get accustomed to doing it, all of these things are going to happen naturally. This is what things that we don't truly understand. These things are going to happen naturally. So for me today, my lucid dreams is I've been lucid dreaming for so long, it's just life now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like the whole Akashic thing, right? Like once your higher self realizes where you are, they're gonna show you this shit naturally. Like I've seen so many past lives, man. I couldn't I wouldn't know where to start. And this the thing. I wasn't trying to go see past lives. Once you eclipse a certain level within your mind, all of these things are released.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So because I spent so much time traveling visually, okay, that went over into my dream space. All right. And then one day I end up literally leaving the body, literally, not on some astral travel shit. I'm talking about to a certain degree, I died. And when I went into this particular realm, I literally had some kind of understanding that that was different. I said, okay, this is different. What the fuck is this? Okay, this is not a lucid dream. So I'm in the dream, understanding that I'm in a higher dream.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when I got back into the body, I did this. I took a breath.
Mm-hmm.
So first time meditation will take you to places that man, look, you talking about getting back to God, you know, hey, they went into the shadow to fight for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gore brought him to the shadows for a reason.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that was the whole thing, getting into that meditative state. Even with Thor, when he went to go see, like the little boy came and seen him, he's like, hey, Hey, nigga, you gotta come and save us, nigga. Remember that? The little black
Hey,
boy.
look, hey, look, hey, look, bro, look. Hey, I'm gonna tell you a part of that movie, man. When Thor, at one point, Thor was the higher self,
Mm-hmm.
and Thor told his axe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and understand his axe. You remember, um, his axe was alive in this particular Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in this particular Thor, his axe. You remember he was talking to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so understand this. He put the uh the axe down, and he spoke into it, and the axe ignited the children. Okay, and all the children became gods. Okay, and but the science of the axe is nothing but your pioneer or your first star.
Mm.
If you
Yeah.
go watch, if you go watch, Kong versus Godzilla, the one that came out a couple years back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kong went into the inner earth, which he went into the mind, and he found out in the inner earth or into the mind, because there is no inner earth. When he went in there, he realized that he was king the whole time, and he had what? An axe.
Mm.
He picked up the axe and he became king, and this is how he was able to conquer. Okay, so Shango carries the axe. The axe is your pioneer. The axe is your eye. This is how you see. And this is the reason why on this story in particular, the axe was alive. It wasn't alive before.
Mm. Yeah, that's fire,
Okay.
Will. That's fire. Yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah, he had enlivened the whole. Everybody got an axe after that, huh? Or they got a weapon after that, and
Yeah,
then
yeah, you got a weapon. Yeah.
right, and then they went to work. Yeah, because they had to go ahead and battle. The aspect of themselves that was angry, that was mad, that was gore, which is really what gore means, which is fed up with the existence, which felt like he got tricked into the religious thing, which felt like he was a Christian and damn, I've
Mm-hmm.
been worshiping all these motherfucking gods, and now I realize it's a goddamn trick. And you know what I'm saying? So they had to
Right.
go ahead and battle that because the pure love, right, is in the children, right? Because they innocent, they still coming from that place of power of that childlike spirit zone. You feel me? So once they get into that, once they're in that fourth dimension battling this gore, they like, nigga, we ain't never had your traumas, nigga. We ain't never
Right. Thanks.
we ain't never wet the bed at sixth grade and shit. We ain't never had that girl make fun of us in ninth grade and the whole everybody started laughing. We ain't never, you know what I'm saying? That whole thing.
Right.
We ain't never went through that. So we'll fuck your ass up, nigga. It's over you to get over that shit, Gore. It's not about us. Yeah, so that shit funny, dog. Yeah, man. Yeah, let's keep it going. Yeah, man, y'all like this thing up, light this thing up. We're gonna get one more dream in and make this thing happen. Yeah, that's a good point, Will, because that little boy came right into Thor's face like, hey nigga, surprise nigga. And Thor was like,
Hey,
oh shit, where
right,
y'all at? He said, just hold out your hand, I'm coming. And nigga Thor was right
right.
there, like boom.
That is meditation, man. Like like I said at the event, right? When I used to put groups of people in meditation together, and we would all go to the same area at the same time.
Mm,
He would see or she would see what I see, and we would travel. We would be on some, let's jump off this building and see how it feels. Because I would have people that would say, well, I think this is still my imagination. I say, well, that's what you were taught. Okay. I I say, let me show you that it's real.
mm-hmm,
Okay. So one way I'll do it is connecting with, a loved one, a grandmother, or something like that.
mm-hmm,
But there's a another way that really shakes people up is when I say, okay, well, let's go out to the water. We'll start off on the beach and then we'll walk into the water. Okay. And I've heard so many, okay, well, why my heart beating faster? What's going on? Why does water feel like is real? And we'll go and I'll push him in spirit, push their ass out in the water. And then when the water is somewhere around here, they're like, okay, all right, because this the same feeling I would feel if I was really in the water. I say, yeah, because it's real. Okay. Yeah. All right. We got to understand that. And from there we can build, but yeah, man, I mean, they were going into the mind right there the whole time, man. It's just real funny, man, to see, these people throughout all these movies, especially Everything's Everywhere All at Once. That whole movie is based upon meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There go another dream. Yeah, that's fire. What is say? I had an interesting one this morning. Me and a former coworker and my mom were sitting at a table in my coworker's driveway, looking up at the moon in the night sky. The moon was in a waning gibbous phase. I was able to look inside the moon and see technology metal towers in it. There was a satellite camera floating around the moon and above us. My mom said, yeah, they're watching us. Then the satellite camera fell on the ground and exploded. A man also fell to the ground with it. Damn. Ha. That's letting you know, nigga, these niggas out here watching the hell out of us, boy.
Man,
God,
please let me tackle that one.
Yeah, please, go ahead, Will. Grab it, because I'm gonna do something with it with that Note movie coming out. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is the thing, right? And I'm glad that person had that dream. Okay. Because these are things that are real sensitive. It's not sensitive, but people believe so much. People believe without facts. Okay. People believe without evidence. I'm starting to tell people, you can't prove Earth to me. And that's been fucking people up here lately, the last month. Like, what you mean? Well, I can't prove Earth. I say, you can only prove what somebody told you Earth was. You can't prove Earth to me. If I go stand outside, you can't prove to me that I'm standing on Earth. Okay, I could be standing on a fucking damn UFO surface or some shit, but you can't prove it to me. Okay, so that right there has been shaking people up. So I'm pushing people to their limits right now because it's time. It's time. It's time to get out of every single thing that you've ever learned in school. Okay, especially getting into that dream with the whole sun and the moon. Okay, all right, which I've been saying for years is fake as fuck.
Right.
Okay. And me sitting up here watching Divergent. Okay. Me watching Divergent the other day. Divergent, remember I told you Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant, those three movies. It was crazy how it was they saw one thing, all right, or they thought one thing, but it was actually something else. Just like on what was the name of the movie Dream with the Mockingjay, the girl, she had the bow and arrow.
The
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, Mockingbird.
Hunger Games. Yeah. So on Hunger Games, they lock these people in this arena, right? So when they look up, they thinking that it's the sky. All right. And then she shoot an arrow to the sky, and the sky breaks open. Okay. So without trying to go too deep into it, because I know we got a little I know we are short for time or whatnot, but when people say that this realm is an illusion, we don't know how deep that goes. Okay, like the whole space thing. We're floating around on a ball, and again, we can't prove that we're on a spinning axis. Okay, all right. Matter of fact, every word we use was given to us by someone else. So again, like I said, all right, these are things that we can only prove from somebody else's thought process. Okay,
Yeah.
just like the whole sun and the moon thing. So that dream, hopefully that particular person, keep having those dreams, and hopefully they can uh get into some meditation, stuff like that, and go to a whole nother place, man.
Yeah, no, that's fire because Phil Valentine said the other day, he was like, we are in a motherfucking dome, a big ass dome. And this dome is basically a technology dome, if you will, just a whole tech. So just like we was talking about the other day, Will, like we might be fucking technology our damn selves and not even
Man,
know
we are nothing
it.
but supreme technology. That's all we are. We are supreme technology. That's all we are. That's all
So
we are,
now,
man.
we're thinking like we're a physical entity, but we're really sitting somewhere else in our higher self playing a damn video game. Ha! Y'all niggas here better wake the fuck up, nigga. I'm telling you, nigga. Because then you got to think about it. Like, we've been here millions, some billions of years. Let's say millions. Let's just keep it funky. Let's say millions a year. Well, let's just say this. If this thing ain't never, you don't got no start, and there definitely ain't no end, right? Then obviously we're channeling, right, ourselves, right? Just like a video game, we're channeling from a higher dimension above or outside the circles of time, right, into this thing we call the matrix, and we're playing a video game that we feel like, 100 years, right? To us, we feel like, damn, this is a long time. Damn, this thing called time is crazy. But in our higher selves, in our supreme self, nigga, this shit is a blink of the eye.
What's crazy is about that. Sometimes, we get in our emotions and we start to complain. Man, I'm so tired of being down here, man. I wish this shit hurry up and be over with. And like what's taking my path so long to manifest or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and your higher self looking like, I see it's right here.
Right.
you know. But for us, that right here is 5 years.
Mm.
Okay, so we didn't come back here to do change this shit overnight.
Mm.
Like it's a process. But our higher self or supreme tech,
Right.
which which your boy came through Tesla a
Mm.
couple years back, and he talked about how there's going to be some technology in the next 5 to 10 years that's about to be released, and the so-called ones that kind of hold the button on that, they're not going to have a choice but to release this particular technology. And when we see this shit, man, we're gonna have to make another video, Dream. I'm gonna just because
Yeah,
because I can give
because
you
we
tech,
tapped in for real. God damn. Because
man,
we
tech,
tapped in for real. God damn. Because
man,
then that
it's
means
crazy.
this astral realm, right?
Uh-huh.
That we claiming as the astral realm and shit is nothing but a motherfucking code or code. It's real live code. You feel me? We talk about zeros and ones, Nigga, this shit is fundamentally the Matrix. And when you see the Matrix come down with all the numbers and shit like that, nigga, we are in a computer. Nigga, you are a robot right now. That's why I be saying you got to do your chaos shit so you can break free of that shit and wake up. You feel me? Because if you just playing this stagnant game, then shit, you're gonna just keep on running the mundanity into your game. You're gonna be a background. You feel me? You're automaton.